Yes, we make sourdough discard pancakes, and they come out so good, and they're also totally vegan and high protein. So there's all that.
And also, we're going to be using blueberries in these. You can use basically any fruits you want, but we're using blueberries.
Yes.
Because it's so good with blueberries.
Now, guys, I've decided to start trying to go live because as much as I want to do videos and share things, I cannot ever get videos uploaded, edited, anything like that. So I realized, why don't I just try going live? I also like the idea of live because everything nowadays online, like I really dislike going on social media because everything is AI and you have to look at it and you're like, is this even real? So with live, like you're actually live with us. You can see us.
These yesterday.
So I'm probably going to go live more often and then publish the videos later so anyone can rewatch them. But you know that I'm going live, then you can hop on and like interact with us anytime you want as well. So it's really fun, and you just we get to invite you in with us, and you just get to do things along with us, share the experience. If you're new here, I am a mom of 2 now. Just made a new one, fresh out of the oven.
Yeah, we just got this bread out of the oven.
So I'm a mom of 2 now, and the most important thing to me is my babies, and I love this channel. What you can expect to see from us is homemaking stuff, although I am not a natural born housekeeper, like housewife, but homemaking I love the idea of.
Look how much bubbly.
I know. And home education, because we home educate our children as well, and healthy living. Those are like the big things here. So today you can hang out with us and make pancakes. This is what we're doing for ourselves this morning. I decided to do this because I had taken my starter out of the refrigerator because I wanted to try to bake with it again. I am very new to sourdough, so I'm still trying to figure it out. And because we like to do everything, this is really hard because I want you guys to see what I'm doing, but I also want to be in like my face in the shot. So I just have to keep squatting, and I just worked out, so that's interesting on my legs.
Yeah, she's just doing like a lunge right now.
A lunge.
Okay, stop.
Okay. And it's going to be very noisy in this house a lot of the times. So anyway, I'm very new to sourdough, and because I'm trying to do it healthy, I'm trying to use like healthier flours, not just use like regular all-purpose flour or bread flour. So I'm experimenting to try to get it right with being as healthy as possible as well. But anyway, so our starter, once I took it out of the fridge, maybe some of you sourdough experts can offer some assistance. Once I took it out of the fridge, it was really sluggish, and I mean, I know it is natural for it to be a bit sluggish, but it was really not rising or anything. I had to feed it for several days. Oops.
Oh, Daddy's gonna be mad.
He hates when I do stuff on the stove and when I spill it. Yeah, so anyway, it took several days of feeding it, but it's finally doing well again. It's doubling, bubbling, doing all the things. So, because I was feeding it for a few days.
Here's a couple wet wipes.
To get it really active, we have some discard to use.
Stop.
And Zia absolutely loves these pancakes.
Stop.
It's all right. Just let her be. Yeah, she absolutely loves these pancakes. So I thought, well, we've got a whole bunch of discard to use. So let's go ahead and make some pancakes. You know you've got a baby in the house, and instead of a paper towel, she brings you wet wipes. That works. All right, so then we've got to feed our starter.
What does that mean?
Well, normally you clean up in the kitchen with paper towels, not wet wipes. But you're so used to just getting wet wipes. All right, let's feed the starter while we're at it.
Do you want me to put this one back?
Yeah, you can.
I mean, napkins will clean it up a little what?
So right now we're feeding the starter with organic whole wheat flour. A little bit. I might attempt to bake with this again. I might prep it this evening and then bake tomorrow.
What are we gonna
make? Just see how.
Last time we made like little bread rolls.
We'll probably do some little buns and rolls again.
Yay! Should we make them like longer this time?
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe we can try to make them like long, kind of like these Celeste's ones.
Well, I don't have long loaf pans like that. Can you put this back in the pantry for me, please? Thank you.
I'm the assistant.
It looks like Buddy's running this show because he's the one who's facing it.
Well, and me.
Yeah.
Move it.
So we're feeding the starter
Buddy's mixing it.
again right now. Yeah, little fingers reaching for it. And I got this jar from Amazon. No, it doesn't come as a kit. So
Because we have that kit down there.
if you're interested, let me know and I can try to link it. Scrape the dry bits off the side. But I really like this jar because it's so wide mouth at the top. So like it's easy to get in and clean and all that.
And also it comes with a band.
Yeah, and it comes with a little band so you can track like the day and time when you feed it. And it comes with a little mesh cover, like a, what do you call it, cheesecloth type cover?
Cheesecloth.
Right.
Look, there's one purple.
So now we're gonna, oh hi, hello there.
Yeah.
All right, so now we've got our lid on, and then we'll put this, I usually like to keep my starters in the oven with the oven light on because it stays pretty cold in our house right now.
Yeah.
So that keeps it
lovely.
warm enough.
It's cool because yesterday we didn't have anyone watching it, but now we have one person watching it.
All right, so this recipe I played with for ages, and I finally got it to where it was coming out just right, consistently. So I wrote it down, and now we can make sure that we always have good pancakes. All right, you're going to help me? We're going to do the wet ingredients first. We'll put them in here.
I like it.
All right, so let's see. We've got a good bit of active starter. Let's see how much. Starter.
I think people are just going to be going off now.
We've
This
got,
one.
yeah.
The cheese balls, you're about to turn the oven off. Oh. Do we put apple cider vinegar in there? And this dancing. Another person's on that.
All right, so we've got, perfect. We've got about a cup of sourdough
Yay!
starter discard. Then we're going to put an equal amount. So I made this recipe so that you can kind of adjust it depending on how much of the things that you have and stuff like that. So basically, however much sourdough starter I have, I use that, like how much discard I have to use. I use that to base how much of everything else I'm going to use. So equal amounts of your discard to some soy milk, unsweetened.
You're kind of funny when you're just doing this.
Plain soy milk. I know, I've got to squat and lunge.
And the baby's just hanging.
So we're going to go a cup of soy milk.
Mix.
Perfect. Yeah, you can start mixing that. And we're mixing all of our wet ingredients separately.
This.
Yeah, you can mix it with that. Or we will use the whisk eventually, so it doesn't matter. 2 tablespoons of our sweetener. You can use any sweetener you like. I prefer molasses. So, because molasses is healthy for you,
And
so it's not just like sugar adding to it. It's rich in iron, which is amazing. But it takes forever to come out of your jar, so that's not amazing for a live stream. But that's okay. These live streams, guys, they're just gonna like flow. Like you're just hanging out with us. This is not a production. This is nothing fancy. But that's the magic of it, is that you guys just get to like be welcomed into our home and join in the experience. Ducky Rose, get out of it. The dog trying to get into the cat litter. Very normal household. Well, abnormally normal. Okay. Then we need just a tiny bit of avocado oil. So, like a teaspoon is all you need. I just do a tiny little drop. That
wasn't exactly what
And then 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. At least a teaspoon. I usually go a little bit heavy on the ACV just because, like, I do like a cupful, which is probably more like a tablespoon. There you go. Now,
it's going up my nose.
all right. Leave that. I think that's good. Then we're going to do.
Where do I get this spoon?
Now, now we've got all the ingredients, all the wet ingredients in the bowl together. And we're going to whisk it. So we're going to whisk it to beat some air into it, make it slightly fluffy.
Yeah, the trick is whisk dry ingredients to whisk it, and then you whisk it really hard with a whisk, and that's how it makes it fluffy.
Oh, I think is he falling asleep?
Yeah.
Oh, my buddy.
Why don't you turn him around?
Yeah. You want to unbuck with me?
Yeah.
Turn the baby. He's sleepy.
Ow.
Thank you, love. Next, after we get the baby spun around, hi, little man. Hi, little dude. Oh, sweet, sweet baby. All right, you gonna snap me back up, my love? Big sisters are super handy.
Love being a big sister.
Be eating that, would you?
Do we need my timer?
Not yet. All right, we're gonna mix the dry ingredients together. So depending on how much and like how, right?
And also using this recipe that Mommy wrote down.
Yes.
So it's from the really good time, so it can keep making it really good.
And I like to do kind of a mix of healthy flours. Usually I have buckwheat flour, but we're out of buckwheat flour. I also usually mix buckwheat and coconut flour because I find coconut flour, for some reason, makes these pancakes really, really good. Now, I will warn you, your batter is going to look thicker than normal pancake batter. And I hope you guys can hear me okay.
That was a dog bursting through the door. Watch out, she has the frisky face.
All right.
Help!
So I did about a half cup combined. I did a little less than a half cup of coconut flour. There's a lot of noise in here, and I don't have microphone on today. Maybe I might have to figure out hooking up a microphone.
Auntie Buddy's hands?
Can you get the sifter? Because we're going to need to remember to sift this before.
Me.
Okay, we're not ready yet, but I need to get it out so I don't forget. And then a 1/4 cup of pea protein powder. Now, you could probably use other protein powders as well. I've done it with soy and stuff before. I like the pea protein, how it works in the pancake. This one I have is a Macro Mike vanilla donut flavor. The 1/4 cup is about 1 scoop of that. Go. And then we need 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda.
Tastes good, that protein powder.
Yeah.
Goes off my nose, though.
All right, Danny.
No, coconut protein powder.
All right, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Sorry, love. Because I'm not using an actual like 1/2 teaspoon. I just have a big tablespoon and I'm just guesstimating. And then we need 1 teaspoon of baking powder.
This time.
Okay, that one in. And then baking powder is like a blend. Baking soda is just baking soda.
What is baking soda?
They are very similar. Just baking soda.
I tried.
Yeah, it's good. Very bitter. All right, let's get the salt.
I tried it a little bit.
All right, so we need about a half a teaspoon fine ground sea salt. And this, if you think about like leaving it out, it's not for flavor, because I used to never cook with salt because growing up, my family never cooked with salt. But the salt is part of the science of this, so it is part of the chemical reaction with the baking soda and everything to actually help them be fluffy and rise. So keep the salt in there. And sometimes I have vanilla extract, depending on like the flavor protein. Pancakes we're going for. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of that in there. That's optional. Boy. Okay. So we're not setting the timer yet, baby. After we mix them all together. All right. Do you want to do the sifting? So now we're going to sift the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients.
Need to move the way.
So I can yeah. Okay.
This is my favorite bit.
That one's still everywhere. All right. Sift it in.
Move the whisk.
The sifting is also important. It's all right. It gets on there. For the rise and fluffiness of your pancakes, try to keep it in the bowl. Leave it down low.
But I can't because the whisk.
Yeah.
It's like snap.
Oh, and I did forget an ingredient. It's like an optional at the bottom of my list here. Ground flaxseed. I like to add ground flaxseed as my texture, kind of like an egg replacer. You could also use aquafaba. You could use sunflower lecithin. So depending on what I have, that's what I use. But ground flaxseed is my preferred method because it works really well and you have added health benefits for that. So, which you do as well with sunflower lecithin. That is great for breastfeeding moms as well. Here, let me help you, babe. Otherwise, I won't be here all day. All right, that's good. Why don't you get another spoon now?
To dry the way.
Yeah, we're gonna fold it in now. So we just whisk the wet ingredients, make it fluffy, and then we fold this in.
Oh, you're live?
Yeah.
What channel? What is it?
I want.
What is it called?
I am one, baby.
Let me just get the amino.
Like this?
Yeah. All right, let me give that a mix. Can you do me a favor and get the big pan out, please? The big pancake pan.
Pancake pan.
the lid. Do you guys use the lid when you're making your pancakes? Question of the day. Because I know sometimes people will say that they like to use the lid, kind of cook both sides, like make it like an oven. I find it works best without the lid, or as well. All right, so now you can set your timer for 5 minutes. I'm gonna add a little bit.
Now do I set it for 5 minutes?
Yes, set it for 5 minutes. Set your timer for 5 minutes because you need to let your batter rest. I'm gonna add a little bit more milk to mine. It is slightly on the dry side.
Yeah, I feel
So like I said, this batter will be thicker than your average batter. Average, typical, normal pancake batter. From what I can remember of pancake batters. I've been making vegan pancakes for the last 12, 13 years or so. So yeah.
But they're gonna turn out amazing.
But that is
Because
coming back.
how
That
it
is part of the trick to vegan
Yeah.
protein pancakes and getting them really fluffy is you need a thick batter. So you need it thick, but not too dense. Because if it's too dense, when it cooks, it's going to be mushy inside and really dense and icky. But if you get a thick batter, but with enough of the aerating things going on, like between the fermentation of the starter, the ACV, the like property of the flaxseed, the baking soda, baking powder, salt, all those things help to put that air into it and make it fluffy. So if your batter is thick with all of that in it, then it's going to make fluffy feet pancakes. So now we're letting the dough rest, the batter. We're letting the batter
Making dough.
rest for 5 minutes, and then we're going to get our pan ready while that is resting.
Okay.
And then I will.
So we're using some coconut oil. This is the
Yeah.
one we're using. We like to use coconut oil, don't we?
Yeah, I like to use coconut oil to grease the pan with. Now this pan is the Our Place Titanium Pro pan. It is amazing. Let me show you guys up close. So this is an amazing pan. It has this design on the bottom of it, which makes it non-stick without a non-stick coating. So it's totally safe and healthy. You don't have any non-stick coating going into your food.
It just sounds so confusing. That can be non-stick, but without a non-stick coat.
Yes, it's amazing. But it still recommends you to use a little bit of oil, literally just like a teaspoon.
So why don't you do it and I can put it in?
Yeah. So I've just turned on medium heat. Just put a little bit, teaspoon of oil in the pan. And that will melt around.
It's not heated up.
And the crazy thing about this pan is that you can use metal utensils in it because it is titanium. It doesn't scratch, although I still don't really like to. Part of it is just the conditioning. I don't like to. I think it'll scratch. But literally, like, the spatula they send you is the same. So I do use the spatula. Like, I'm okay with that. But as far as, like, stirring with a spoon, I don't like the scrapey sound. So I still use wooden spoons. But I use the spatula for pancakes. All right, so we're going to let that oil get into those little grooves. Like in the little spaces in between the design. And then let me pull you guys up for a second, so just hang tight. There we go, so I can talk to you. All right, so the batter is resting for 5 minutes. Then we're going to add our blueberries in, and then our pan will be hot and ready to cook. Oh man, still hanging out. You haven't fallen asleep yet. So while we wait, last couple of minutes for that to get going, leave it on the thing now, just so it'll get warm. And then we can move it around some more in a bit. If you're new here, we are going to be probably going live pretty regular, a few times a week. And I am a mom of 2.
Should we kind of like
Go ahead, you want to introduce yourself?
introduce them to Buddy?
This is Buddy, little Buddy.
Yeah. I'm Thea.
Thea. Yes, and of course my name is on the channel. I'm Lauren Bailey, and yeah, I love being a mom. I was not the kind of person who like expected to, I wasn't always like, oh, I can't wait to be a mom. And I can't, like, I want to be a housewife and all those things. That was not me at all. But when I had my first little baby, I just absolutely like
Who's calling?
loved it. That's me. We'll call them back later. Absolutely loved it, and instincts just kicked in, took over, and yeah, completely changed my normal routine. So I became a mom, and that became priority, and now I do actually love homemaking. I was an online health coach before, so obviously I still incorporate a lot of healthy living. We're still all about the healthy living. You guys will see some of that. There's our timer. Yeah.
Sure.
So you'll get to see lots of that. I'll probably live stream some of my workouts and things. We just did a workout for this, huh? So yeah, you're gonna see healthy recipes we'll share. See, I don't like this right thing. We'll share healthy recipes. We'll share some of our workouts. Also home education. So we homeschool, and I'll be sharing some of that stuff, which I have shared quite a bit on this channel
This is 200.
before. Yeah. No, that's 2,000 milliliters, that one. All right, so our batter has rested for 5 minutes. Now we're going to add in some blueberries. You can use fresh or frozen. Just keep in mind, if you're using frozen, I wouldn't have added that extra milk into my batter because the frozen will add some more moisture. But because we're using fresh. And I'm not going to put too many in because this is the last of our blueberries.
And also, you need to turn it in gently so the blueberries don't get squashed.
Yeah, so you don't squash them.
And also, Daddy, if you use all those blueberries, pretty mad, because that's the last that we have the blueberries until like next week after the storm.
Yeah, because you ate all the blueberries. You ate all the frozen ones. That's okay. They're good for you.
Yeah.
All right. So now,
Maybe also later today, just to remind you, why don't we try and figure out that fireplace?
we'll see.
Today is Found Out Hatchet Day.
This seems different. My batter, I'm hoping this is not going to go wrong just because I'm live streaming it. But my batter seems a bit different.
Yeah. It looks more lumpy.
I think it'll probably be fine. I think it's just because normally I have buckwheat flour and I don't have any buckwheat, so my batter, I keep saying dough because I'm using the sourdough starter. My batter is usually a bit more brown, and now it's a bit more orangey from the protein powder. And I think it'll work out fine. We'll test it with 2. Now I'll go to 2, 3, why not? We'll fit 3 in the pan. And then if we need to adjust it, we can.
Remember that time that your pancakes already tasted like sewer?
Yeah. One time, I kept trying to adjust my pancakes,
Yuck!
and I kept adding like baking soda or something to it, and they tasted so terrible.
To be honest, they were like my least favorite pancakes in the world.
So there's the pancakes in the pan. So you see how thick they look. Now hopefully, if they work as they normally do, they're going to stand up and stay nice and tall and fluffy. And they will be absolutely delicious.
I mean, why did you even think to put so much baking?
Because they were really flat and I was trying to scoop them back.
I don't think that was a trick. You just made them taste like the worst pancakes in the world. To be honest, they were like my least favorite pancakes I've ever had in my life. Disgusting. It was just like, I don't know, they tasted like rotten eggs or something. But these taste better than rotten eggs. Huh?
Yeah. They're delicious.
Not like your other batch. I think you're way better.
So, let's see what else we can discuss. I do want to show you like a cooked finished pancake. So I want to wait until this first batch at least comes out so you can see them, see the finished product. Betty's falling asleep. Oh, I'm just glad he's happy today because yesterday he had a tough day, but he had a good sleep last night.
I was so exhausted. I slept like you know how I have like those little stirring bits? I only had like one, if not that, none.
Yeah.
That's how tired I was.
Also because he slept a bit better, so he wasn't waking you up.
Yeah. Ugh.
We have a lot to do today, actually. We have to do juicing as well.
Yeah.
So we'll show you guys some videos of that. Obviously, I'm not going to live stream for like 24 hours. That would be an interesting challenge.
I would love it.
I know we love it. Live stream for 24 hours.
Dude, I watched our first 24 hours on YouTube and I was like literally 1 year old.
So, yeah, we have to do juicing. And I kind of would like to make a soup this evening because we're supposed to have a winter storm coming. I have no idea what this is going to be.
Yeah.
Because they made
I've
this
never
huge.
experienced a winter storm, and it says it's supposed to be.
I'm from Louisiana, so we do not get winter storms there. We now are living in Tennessee, so we are higher up north. We're used to getting some snow and stuff. However,
We're not used to sleet storms.
They keep making it like a big deal. They're like, this huge winter storm. We're going to get like 12 plus inches of snow. But then it keeps changing. And so now it's like, oh, it's moved a little bit and it's a little bit this. And now it's like literally not even saying snow. It's saying just sleet or like icy rain. And who knows? So I don't think it's going to be as big a deal, which thing is I want snow, but I don't want ice because the ice is like what's dangerous and miserable and causes more of the power outages and things like that. So
that's why I was saying today's what is it?
Batten down the hatches.
Yeah, because we're all, like tomorrow for like the whole weekend it's just gonna be like whatever. Like so there's a fireplace that we need to.
She's been calling it Batten down the hatches day, just so we get ready for the storm. But basically,
it's circled on my calendar.
I need to do juicing, and then I want to make some soup so that we have something warm to eat over these really cold days, especially if we do lose power.
Wait, is the microwave plugged in?
Yes, we wouldn't be able to heat it like that. We'd have to I don't know, heat it over a fire just to help.
Heat it over. I don't think we'll be going outside making a fire.
Okay, so I will show you. I'm just starting to flip these guys. Let me see if I can flip this camera around if you'll still be able to see.
We're flipping it and we're flipping
There we go. Okay. So there you go. You can see they're standing up.
Flip the last one.
Look, they call that feet. See, like how tall it stands. So there's that. Let me just do this one, babe.
So that's why if you heard me talking about batting down the hatches, let's do that.
Not quite ready that one. That was the last one I put in.
Yeah.
Falling apart.
So that's why I was talking about batting down the hatches.
But see, they actually do look really delicious. So even though my batter was looking a bit different, they're still staying nice and tall. They're big fluffy pancakes. And they are high protein. They are vegan. And they use sourdough starter. So they have a nice fermentation happening in there, which is better for your gut and your health in general. We use no refined sugar. In fact, the only sweetener that we used is molasses, which is incredibly amazing. I love that about this recipe. We got blueberries in there. I mean, they're just amazing. They're the perfect, healthy pancake.
No, I'm just popping around the screen.
Silly geese. So we'll let those finish cooking up on the other side. Then I can show you what they look like on a plate. And I hope you guys have enjoyed joining us in the kitchen this morning to make these. He's sleeping. Oh, and his eyes pop open. Make these sourdough discard. It's perfect way to use your discard. Vegan protein pancake.
Oh, so I just realized, if you don't see us do a live stream tomorrow, it's probably either because Mommy forgot to charge her phone if we do have a power outage, or if we just don't have a power outage, then we probably just forget because we're all just running around the house.
Well, if we have no power, we'll have no internet and we won't be able to live stream.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But I think we will be fine. I think we're gonna have power and all that.
It's probably just gonna be like an normal place.
It's just probably gonna be cold and rainy.
Yeah. Kind of like England. We're gonna be living in England for 2 days. Huh.
Yeah.
Because if it's rainy and cold, that sounds a lot like England.
Sure
I don't think England has mountains though.
I think they have some. I've not been to England.
Maybe that's next on our agenda.
It's hilly. It's hilly. If not, I don't know how much mountain.
Yeah, they have lots of grass.
Mhm.
And also, we've watched lots of videos, you can tell. And it's very rainy and just cloudy all the time. And cold.
All right. Let's see if I can take two of these out.
Boop, 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 boop.
And you can see how easy these are sliding off this pan. This pan is so amazing. I love it, especially for
Oh, those are
pancakes.
so puppy. Look, I can see one.
You can see one what?
Of the
The
video.
baby's peeking. Ta-da! There you go. That's 2 pancakes. Look how tall they are. I'm telling you guys, like I'm obsessed because these are, for years I tried to make really good vegan protein pancakes. The sourdough discard just makes it. And the combination of all the other ingredients, we've got it just right. These are going to be the best vegan pancakes you've ever had, especially healthy vegan protein pancakes. So, hope you guys like this. Enjoy. Do you want to have these ones, my love?
Yeah.
Okay. Enjoy. And before we go, I'll show you our syrup options as well. Speaking of healthy options. Okay, maybe I can't show you.
Why?
I was going to show you our healthy syrup options, but we only have one option at the moment.
We can also use molasses.
So you have just amber, just pure maple syrup. This I really like because it's very natural and pure. And even though it is sugar, I like the most natural whole food ingredients a lot of times, even as opposed to things that have less sugar, but they're not as whole food. You know what I mean? So anyway, this is one option. Typically we mix them. So I will use some of this, and then there's also what I wanted to show you, the other option. It's a bottle similar to this. It looks very similar, but it is an allulose syrup. So allulose is a plant-based sweetener that is actually really good for blood sugar. It's being marketed a lot right now towards like diabetics and things. So it's really good for your blood sugar. And it's a maple flavored allulose syrup, so it tastes like maple syrup. It's a little bit thinner, which is why it's kind of good to mix them. Plus, then you're getting a mixture of like the whole food thing, and then, well, not whole food, but you know what I mean, natural. And then the allulose is also a plant-based sweetener. So I kind of mix the two of those. You could also use like agave nectar and things like that, but maple syrup mixed with the allulose maple flavored syrup is our usual go-to.
And also you could use some molasses if you want.
And molasses. Oh, the other thing that we do is to keep from using too much of the sugary syrup, so like if we're eating lots of pancakes, we will also add like a cream over it. So you could do just coconut cream from the can and whip it up and make it like a whipped coconut cream. Is absolutely delicious. It's so good. That will add lots of healthy fats as well to your meal. So it'll be really satiating because you've got protein pancakes, plus you've got healthy fats of the coconut. So you could do like coconut cream, or there's also dairy-free heavy whipping cream. I think we have one in here still.
This one that's berries. It might take us 2 hours to find it.
So there is this one. We don't use this all the time because obviously it's not as like whole food natural, but it is a plant-based, it's from lentil protein. So the first ingredient is plant milk from lentil. It's basically like a lentil milk. And then it does have a little bit of coconut and canola oil, cornstarches, things like that. But it's not a super long list of ingredients, but at least the main ingredient is that lentil milk, basically. So
Shake
we
it.
have this usually around like the holidays. That's why I still have some, because we use it for specialty type of baking things. But you can just pour a bit of this on there. You could whip this if you want to. I'm just not busting out the whisk or the beater just for this. But you can just pour some on there, or you can whip it up and actually make it into cream. Or you can just use our go-to preferred method for cream is just taking the canned coconut cream or coconut milk, but just taking the thick fat part out of it and whip that up to make a healthy cream. So that is it. That gives you some nice toppings. Look how delicious that is. And a healthy breakfast. So now you can go enjoy that, my love. Oh, I forgot. I've got one more pancake in the pan that I didn't take out. It's probably burning on the bottom. That's okay. No, it's not burning. It's fine. Okay. So thank you guys for watching. I enjoyed this. I hope this live option works because, like I said, I just can't get around to editing and uploading. But I would love to share still. So I hope that these live streams are a good option. And we'll see you again in the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye.